there and welcome back to the Boulder Bookstore YouTube channel. My name is Julia and I am the Marketing and Promotions Assistant here at the store. And it is spooky season, which is one of my favorite times of year. And I'm here to talk about some of my favorite middle grade scary books. I love horror novels, but I also really love middle grade, and so I'm going to focus on two of my favorite series, more recent series. A book from when I was a kid growing up that scared the pants off of me, and two books that are new this year that I'm looking forward to reading in spooky season. I have not read them yet, but I'm looking forward to them. So first of all, I have Small Spaces by Katherine Arden. She has also written some books for adults. She wrote The Bear and the Nightingale, and these are one of my absolute favorite middle grade series of recent years. This first one takes place in the fall. It's called Small Spaces, and it's about a group of friends who go to a pumpkin patch. There are spooky scarecrows. I don't want to give too much away, but basically it's about three kind of misfit friends who wouldn't normally become friends, who become friends because of this shared kind of creepy experience. It's followed up by Dead Voices, which is set in winter and in a ski lodge where they're snowed in and there are ghosts and it's super spooky. There's going to be one for every season. I think the next one doesn't come out until sometime late next year. I'm really excited for that, but there are two out in paperback now if you want to get started on these. Super great for fall. They're genuinely pretty spooky, but still age appropriate for the middle grade age group. Next up is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. She is also known as an adult writer as well, V.E. Schwab. She wrote a few books for adults. City of Ghosts is about a girl named Cass who has basically a near-death experience and now can see ghosts. And her best friend is a ghost. Her parents have a paranormal TV show and they travel around the world to film the show. This first one takes place in London, the City of Ghosts. The follow-up, Tunnel of Bones, takes place in Paris. And the third one, whose title is escaping me, I'll put it on the screen and it'll be below, comes out I think in March and takes place, I believe, in New Orleans. I'll correct that with notes if that's incorrect. But these are super wonderful, super spooky, really nice friendship between this girl and her ghost best friend. It gets complicated, it's wonderful. I really adore these. They're really well written. Both of these series, the Katherine Arden and the Victoria Schwab, are really very well written. They're both adult writers as well, so they're age appropriate but also fun, like have a good rhythm for adults as well. So next up is the book that scared the pants off me most as a child. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is a classic. It still holds up. This volume is all of the books all collected into one. They've brought back the classic super creepy illustrations. I know that there has been some controversy about those illustrations in the past. I think they're delightful and really scary, and if you have a kid who really delights in the macabre, this is a great book to direct them to. They read a lot like fables or like myths and legends, or urban legends, and also a note, because I was a strange child, I love that in the back of each of the books they have sources so you can find out where the stories originate, because they're all taken from urban legends or folk tales, that sort of thing. This was like my first experience of footnotes or annotations so that I could figure out where something came from, that it wasn't just necessarily the author's imagination. So it taught me a little bit about research as well, which is maybe a funny thing to come from something like Scary Stories. But absolutely delightful. It's a classic for a reason. Really, really wonderful. So last up, I have two books that are new this year that I'm excited to read, but I haven't read them yet. So first is Midnight at the Barclay Hotel. One of my coworkers, Olivia, who you've seen on this channel before, has read it and loved it. The back says, hunting ghosts and solving the case before checkout, all in a weekend's work. So sounds spooky. I believe it is set in Colorado as well, which is probably the Barclay Hotel is maybe a stand-in for the Stanley. Looks really fun, definitely up my alley, about a kid and his mom who go to a possibly haunted murder mystery hotel. Sounds really fun. And lastly is Whispering Pines. I just found out about this book recently. It sounds really creepy and spooky, perfect for Halloween, about a girl whose father disappears mysteriously. They move to a town called Whispering Pines, where nothing is quite what it seems. And kids are going missing, and they have to figure out what's happening, and it sounds spooky and creepy, and I will come back maybe with an update after I read both of these and let you know how they are. So those are my book recommendations for this week. I hope you're enjoying spooky season. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button down there and subscribe. And if there's any other things that you would like us to recommend on this channel, we would love to hear what you're interested in hearing about. We're coming into the holiday season, and so we're going to be doing all sorts of great recommendations targeted at the holidays. If you have anybody on your list who you're particularly unsure of what you want to get them, particularly for kids in your life, let us know in the comments or in the comments of other videos, and let us know, and we'll be sure to do a video on that. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again next week.